This is very interesting. At the Charlotte airport, they have a replica of the Wright glider. It's about 3:45 a.m. So if I look bleary-eyed, it's because I probably had 2.5 hours of sleep last night. My flight out of Newark was delayed. I was supposed to make a connection in Charlotte, and so I wasn't able to make my connection. It was the last flight, and as a result, American automatically rebooked me, and that came across on my app. So I grabbed an Uber and got to a hotel a little after 11:30 last night. And by the time I got settled, I didn't have a lot of overnight supplies with me. I know I should know better. I just didn't for this flight. So I got the little goodie bag at the front desk. I think you've seen it in one of my other videos. They have a really, really cheap toothbrush. The bristles fall apart in your mouth, and some terrible toothpaste. The worst tasting stuff you would ever want to put in your mouth. I mean, if you ate dirt as a kid, you've tasted something better than this toothpaste they give you. A little bit of deodorant and a comb, which really comes in handy for me. And so anyways, I probably actually got into bed a little time after 12, a little bit after 12, and slept maybe 3 hours. Got up, showered, caught the shuttle here. So I just got my boarding passes. Gates don't open until 4. So right now I'm just kind of cooling my heels, waiting for 4 o'clock so I can get through security. And my flight leaves at 5:10. So it'll board in, I'll probably board about 4:40. I probably didn't have to get here quite this early, but you just never know what's going to go on in an airport. I know I didn't have my boarding pass because it was rescheduled. I could not get it electronically. So, probably could have been snoozing another half hour. I'd rather be here. I don't want to miss another flight, right? Okay, I'll check with you a little later. Oh, another thing I found out today. They assigned me a new, what they call locator number, your reservation number, I guess you'd call that. They call it a locator number with American Airlines. And I didn't realize I had a new one that came through on my email. So I tried to use my original, and of course didn't work. So they say find another way to check in. So I chose the option with the credit card, and then it asks for, your birth date and this and that. And then it said, okay, now wait here to finish checking in. And there's no place to wait because the desk isn't open up yet. I'll let you take a look at it. And then it kind of froze the machine. So I went to another machine. I looked at my email. I saw there was a fresh, a different locator number, and I was able to get my boarding passes. Just so you know, if you ever have to use the alternative method when it says find another way to check in and it asks for a credit card, at least in this case, someone would have had to come over and complete or finish my check-in by using that method. And if you're here in the morning and there's nobody here, you're kind of stuck. So there are the kiosks early in the morning. You know how they sometimes tell you get to an airport 2 hours before your flight? Never get to an airport 2 hours before your flight. I would have been here an hour before and the gates weren't even open. So my flight's at 5:10. They didn't even open the gates with security until 4, and that's 70 minutes before my flight. So there you go. Let's take a look at what this place looks like at 4 in the morning. Pretty darn empty. I was going to say it's so empty you could shoot a cannon off in this place. Don't do it. You'll go to jail for a long, long time. And if you're hungry this early in the morning, you're out of luck. Here's my gate. Yep, there is nothing open this time of day at the Charlotte airport. I thought maybe the Starbucks would be open, but nope, that's locked up too. Can't even get a hot cup of joe to help me open up my eyes. Okay, we made it to Chicago. It's about 6 a.m. I don't sleep well on airplanes, but I slept on that one. I didn't sleep well, but I slept. So there's always a McDonald's open this time of day. So I'll find some place to eat, probably McDonald's. I have a couple of hours. Finally, I get on my final flight. That's a short one. Flight itself, only about 13, 15 minutes. It takes longer to taxi from the gate to take off at O'Hare than the flight. All right, we're gonna get going. Quite a difference. A couple of hours makes 6 in the morning and things are in full swing. People are even drinking booze this time of day. Hungry for a pizza at 6 a.m.? You can get it. The walk is closed. Let's see what O'Brien's has. I made it back home, kind of. My bags didn't make it. I had a feeling that last night my bags just wouldn't get there. I called American. They said it would be 27 to 38 minutes. It was already like midnight. Do I want to put myself in the queue for the callback? I said yes. So I started drifting off at my hotel, which, if you remember, I only got about 3 hours sleep anyway. And they did call back, and I expressed my concern that my bags wouldn't make it on my morning flight. She assured me they would. And, of course, I'm looking at my bag tracking app, and from Charlotte to Chicago, Chicago to Milwaukee, it's still saying arriving Charlotte. I knew something was up. So I got here, no bags. So they are now assuring me it's going to arrive this afternoon. They'll have it delivered to my house. I think I'm going to do a little micro video on tracking your bag with an app, since I was doing it this weekend with the travel. I thought it might be interesting to people to see exactly how to do that if you've never had to before, or were always wondering how. Well, I know this was kind of a strange one, but I also know that sometimes people find the little trials and tribulations of travel interesting. So I may look like I've woken up a little bit, but I can't wait to get home and crawl into bed. So from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, via New Jersey, Charlotte, and Chicago. Wow. I'm Mark with the Average Me Channel.